Alright, so it's been 6 months with the iPad Air M2, and I'll be honest, it's completely changed how I work, create, and even relax. But when I first got it, I thought this would be a great little device for watching videos and taking occasional notes, video calls, and basic productivity on the go. But oh boy, it turned into so much more than that. So this isn't just a review, it's a deep dive into how this iPad became my go-to device for many things. And in the video, I am not going to share all the features as every YouTuber. I have kept it to my actual usage and application in daily life. First, just on the screen. I am glad I have personally not touched the M4 iPad Pro, as without that comparison, there is nothing in the screen that will ever feel you left out. Either watching YouTube videos back to back or enjoying Netflix series anywhere, or editing thumbnails with basic accuracy, it can handle all of it with pleasing you. Being real, as for me, the iPad was never meant to be used without a cover. So when you're searching for covers in the market, yes, you can go to Apple covers, but they are damn expensive in comparison to the value of this iPad. So look out for ESR covers. They are great. I use this light blue colored cover, which provides me with enough mental security due to strong magnets. And I love the leather kind of feeling and not very plasticky. Link in the description below. There are many cheap ones available out there, so stay away as they're not very sturdy and you'll risk your iPad. One of the things that I miss most on this is Face ID. The fingerprint sensor is great, but having Face ID would have just improved it by so much more. The front camera is decent. For many reasons, it still doesn't have the clarity of an iPhone, but better than most laptops out there. It comes with center stage, and trust me, it's really accurate on Teams meeting applications like Zooms, etc. Speaking of camera, let me tell you the thing that I have rarely or absolutely never used. It is the back camera of the iPad. So if you're at all wondering to upgrade to an M4 Pro due to extra cameras, just don't. In real life, when you have a phone, there is no real use of these cameras for most people. One of the things that I was researching vigorously was if I should get the cellular iPad or the Wi-Fi one. And thank God I saved money there and went for a Wi-Fi one. With Apple's software magic, you don't even have to toggle hotspots. When you go to Wi-Fi settings, you will be able to directly see a paired iPhone network to be used. Trust me, this has saved me so much of hassle. And the ease of it, sometimes giving an alert to me by saying a hotspot is simply available, is absolutely awesome. One popular way to interact with the iPad is using an Apple Pencil. But again, I am not an artist where I need a perfect tilt to create a particular stroke. Hence, I got an inexpensive ESR pencil compatible with iPad. It provides good functionality, but it has to be charged separately. There might be others which might reduce this pain for you, but hey, a single charge for me of 20 minutes lasts easily for 7 days. Having a pencil with iPad can really improve your experience. I use Freeform often to make structured notes while completing a course online, and even use it while editing some basic photos in Lightroom for iPad. I have particularly started using Canva quite a bit for using basic elements that are needed in for making videos like this. Even if you were always used to editing photos in your phone or iPad with your fingers, you will appreciate the precision that the pencil provides you. Simple things like exposure, etc. can be done very accurately. And even sharing photos from your iPhone to iPad is an absolute breeze using the AirDrop feature. Trust me, you only understand the AirDrop speed and ease once you have used it under a stressful situation of getting something done completely in a hurry. Coming to productivity, if there's something which I use my iPad for 70% of the time, it will be either for video calls or for emails. Due to the simple pairing of EarPods with iPad, it again becomes a great choice for video calls. One of the features that I love the most, which is ideally in Microsoft Teams, where you start the call on one device and transfer it to the other. You can start the call on phone using the EarPods and transfer the call to iPad. Through some software magic, your EarPods also shift to the iPad, and that seamless feature is when you say, it just works. iPad is an email powerhouse. Not only can you reliably use the large screen keyboard, but the form factor is such that it makes it easy for you to do it from absolutely anywhere. And yes, you can pay for 29,000 rupees for the Apple Magic Keyboard and elevate your experience with built-in touchpad and fully functioning keys. I use the most inexpensive way to draft emails on the iPad: my voice. It has been some time now that the Apple speech to text has become extremely accurate. So I don't even need to type my emails from scratch. I can simply narrate and correct them. I have been doing this everywhere across iOS and Mac now. And if you don't use it, then trust me, you're wasting a lot of your time. If your usage of keyboard is mostly on the desk setup, then getting a Logitech keyboard will help you pair it up with even other things. There are also things from Logitech called Combo Touch, which will help you achieve the same. By the way, if you have a MacBook logged into the same account as your iPad, then you can use trackpad and keyboard of your Mac for operating the iPad. This happens from Control Center. Go to Display and click on Share Keyboard. Now you will be able to use the trackpad and the keyboard with the iPad. Open apps, type anywhere, and watch the apps respond back to your keyboard and trackpad. Another productivity feature which I exploit from this iPad is short video editing. I'm saying short term, but this thing is capable of doing all of it. I remember the first time I edited a 4K video on it, it didn't stutter once. Scrubbing through the timeline, color grading with the Apple Pencil, it felt intuitive. Almost fun due to its sheer size. I did pair it with my Davinci Resolve speed editor with the Bluetooth, and holy smokes, it was unimaginable that it was all happening on an iPad with this level of seamlessness. But here's where it really gets interesting in productivity and overpays for its functionality if you have a MacBook. Extending an iPad as a monitor with your Mac. This happens from Control Center and screen mirroring. Your iPad and Mac just needs to be close to each other and it will give you this option. Once extended, you will be seeing the same wallpaper extension on your iPad. This is really helpful as this extra real estate space is called as shared space. You can stack your tools in an application like Affinity Photo, a non-subscription based Photoshop alternative. The shared screen isn't having touch controls, but there are utilities which, if the developer has enabled, it will allow you to interact with it. Same was the case with Davinci Resolve as well. You could work on your timeline on the Mac and have color or other vector scopes being presented on the iPad screen. These are great productivity boosters. Did I mention? It also is great for plugging it into an external monitor, perfect for those deep dive working sessions where you need some more real estate space. You will need an adapter to connect to the USB-C port, and through an HDMI cable, you are good and connected. Now, having used Samsung Desk, this feels like there is much work to be done. The multitasking feature of the Stage Manager is actually embarrassing, but you would be happy that all of this is happening from a thin, light device with incredible battery life. Indeed, some apps will benefit from a larger canvas. I do easily get more than 2 days of working battery from this iPad. If some of my Teams calls are really long, then yes, it starts draining very fast, but still about 3 or 4 hours easily. But beyond than that, everything else is easily 2 days. So after 6 months, here's my takeaway. The iPad Air M2 isn't just a tool, it's a companion. Whether I'm creating, working, or relaxing, it just fits into my life. It's lightweight, powerful, and genuinely fun to use. And before you flood the comments with iPad Air M2's performance in gaming, then no, I don't use it for gaming. I don't game at work or even while traveling for work. And at home, I have an Xbox and good enough PC to be able to get me through any game. If you're still on the fence about getting one, then let me say this. You will find more uses for it than you can imagine. And once you do, you will wonder how you ever got by without it. Thanks for watching, and as always, let me know your thoughts in the comments. What's your favorite way to use an iPad? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.